So listen, let's address the elephant in the room because I know it's crazy. Since the last time you seen me, I have lost a ton of weight. To date, probably like 50 pounds since the beginning of February. So we talked about this before, maybe if you would rather have health or wealth, and we always choose health.
Health is wealth.
Okay.
And people forget that until they find out they're sick or until they find out, they have X amount of time to possibly live. And it's really scary because you can have everything in the world, but if you don't have your health, you have nothing.
Right. And so if you don't know, I'm 100% black. There's no Spanish. There's no Indian.
It might could be somewhere.
No. When I was growing up, every light skin or good looking.
I got Indian.
Yeah, I got Indian. No, I'm 100% black as far as I know. So what happened was, how do I start this? So I was never, what's the word when you don't have, I never had a problem with my self-confidence. Like I always thought that. Oh,
big, small, otherwise.
Yeah, big, small, otherwise.
You was like, I'm the shit.
I'm the shit. Like, yeah, I move. However, I was athletic. I did everything. I thought I looked great in everything until I kind of look back at some photos now, and I'm like, ooh, I was kind of like out of shape and a little portly. That's what white people say, right? Portly.
Portly.
I was round, robust.
So, like a tomato,
right.
Robust.
So basically what happened was I was beginning to get blood work done. And so a lot of terminal diseases were setting in. Diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol. What that leads to.
Well, let's just talk about diabetes alone.
Yeah.
Because my dog went blind in a matter of months.
No, it was weeks.
No, it was months.
Oh, okay.
He got diagnosed in the springtime, and by December, he was almost fully blind.
Okay, yeah.
But the blindness came on within a few weeks. He almost went completely blind.
Right.
He had pancreatitis.
Right.
And, in humans, you can lose limbs and just sight. Diabetes is such a mean disease.
It's very mean.
And you have to really, be careful. And Americans, the diet...
Sure.
It's already so bad.
Right. It's
high fat, saturated fats, cholesterol, all the things you shouldn't be eating that taste good that we got to, pretty much got accustomed to, that most people literally will say, well, I'd rather die than eat cardboard. Well, you will die.
Facts.
You will absolutely die, but you might go blind and lose a leg or two first.
Right.
So is it worth it? Now, I understand. I don't really drink. We don't really, get into have all these extracurricular habits or things that we do.
Right.
So food was like life.
Sure.
But then life is life.
So let me expound on that. So food is definitely life. However, for me, I wasn't able to eat well for 35 years. So we had to eat what we could afford. Most of what we could afford is not the best food for you. So you figure if you spend 35 years eating trash, what happens to your body? 10, 12 years after I started eating better, I can't erase those first 35 years. So get the blood work back. All these markers are in my blood work that says, listen, bro, you heading down the path that, most people of color, African Americans head down, which is diabetes, stroke, hypertension, all those other things. So what are you going to do? I really didn't have a plan. I thought I was doing everything that I should be doing. I would fast every once in a while, drop 20, 30 pounds. Once I stopped fasting, all that weight would come back on. Excuse me. I thought I was dieting, thought I was doing all the right stuff, but it just got, every time that I would lose weight, I would put more on. And then it got to a point where I was over 250 pounds at 5'6", which is crazy. I never felt like I was bad, but I was bad. Today I weighed myself, I'm under 200 pounds. I had surgery that would help me. I had the gastric sleeve surgery, which basically took 75% of my stomach out of my body. So now I really can't eat. So all my friends who I used to go out to eat with, they're
devastated.
Yeah, they're
devastated. They're literally like, so you're telling me, like,
exactly.
they can't get it through their head that, like, you will take 3 bites and you'll be full. Like, so our friend asked, he was like, so how many wings
Right.
can he eat? But just like
Oh,
the
he
wing
asked you.
gets. He asked me first
Sure.
before you got to the club.
Right.
So like how many wings? I was like if we want to break it down to like wingettes, like drums and flats,
Yeah.
probably about 3, maybe 4.
Right.
And he just couldn't get it. So when you came, he's like, so how
Right.
many wings?
Right. So he's like, yo,
can you
bro,
eat?
like, how many wings can you eat? And I was like, I don't know. I haven't eaten wings yet. Maybe 3. And like his whole face just dropped. Like he couldn't believe at the reduction in food that I can now house. And I said that I wasn't like a grazer. Like I didn't eat all day. So somebody said, explain to me. So I had to think about it. And I said, well, here's what would happen. We would go out. I would get a 12-ounce filet. I would get the lobster mac and cheese. I would get a salad. I would drink 2-3 drinks and get dessert.
And we had apps. So
And
you would
apps.
have
Right.
calamari, tuna tartare,
Right.
all the apps. I usually order about 6.
Sure.
Because that's how I eat. I pick
Right.
at everything.
And so as much as I was eating, I could never outwork the amount of calories that I was taking in. And so I guess being greedy or living well, like it set in, after all this time. So I had to make a decision, either like live fast and die young or like slow down and live longer. So my decision was to slow down and live longer. Kind of the best decision I ever made.
Next to marrying me. But
That's true. That's facts. Second best decision I ever made, in my life. And, I'm 6 weeks out from surgery and I'm feeling great. Like I said, today down 50 pounds. I'm slated to probably lose another 25, 20. But my goal is to put, lean muscle back on. So, in a couple of weeks, you see me, I might be hulking out of this shirt,
Okay, so I'm the opposite,
Now,
right?
why you look
so
at me
what
like,
had
hold
happened
on a
was
sec.
I had put on 40 pounds, but both of us didn't really look like we weighed what we weighed.
Correct.
So my weight, I guess, kind of distributed everywhere, but I a lot heavier than I used to be.
Sure.
And you at 250, our son looked like he weighed more than you, and he got you by a good 6 inches or so.
Yeah.
And
At
he
least.
was like 35 pounds less than you. So that says a lot, but we all carry our weight so different. You were
Right.
solid though.
Right.
You did, have your belly, which I thought was sexy and cute. I like
gone
being
now.
hugged by a teddy bear. But anyway, but like your legs and your arms and everything were rock solid. So,
Right.
we all carry it differently, but it was overall for health.
Sure.
And health is definitely wealth. Health, if you don't have it, I'm telling you, I saw a quote one time that couldn't be, it had to be the realest thing I've ever, read. And it was pretty much was like, food could either be the, see now I'm coming to a blank, but basically saying something like it could be the best form of medicine or the slowest form of poison.
I believe it.
So you can either literally like eat yourself to health or you can just kill yourself. And that's what brings on everything.
Yeah.
So now, I talk about this all the time, and I gave up beef 7 years ago and pork 5 years ago. I don't miss it. The only thing I miss, and I loved pork, is the Vietnamese hoagie.
Sure.
The original with the pate and stuff.
Sure.
The people who know. Yes, Adams Avenue. The lady makes the best.
Right.
But anyway, I haven't had any in so long. And it's like sometimes you may love something to a fault where it can kill you. So
Yeah.
just, make some decisions here and there. I still don't eat the best, but I've gotten better. So
Right. I think you'll get much better. I hope you'll get much better as, I go through this part of my life, because a lot of, like, I don't have any cravings for really anything. I have to remind myself to eat now, which is weird, because before I could just eat whenever, but now I don't even think about eating, which is strange. I have to take a bunch of vitamins because I'm not getting enough, through the food. Red meat, I may be giving up red meat soon. I don't know. I can't tolerate it now. Can't tolerate pasta now or rice, which I used to love. So a lot of things for me have changed over the last 6 weeks. And I just reactivated my Instagram last night. And I know people saw me and they probably thought I was sick. I'm not sick. I'm good. I'm actually more well than I was when I left.
right.
So just so that y'all know, so that you're not worried, I'm A-okay.